What's happening, everyone? Welcome into the Glow Show today. We're going to start off with a Dichro candy cane real quick. Knock something out of the park real fast, and then we will move on from there. Let's grab us some short little 8mm rod here. Okay, you are attached. You are my winner. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome to the Glow Show. All right, so first things first, we have to take a little of this Dichro and pop it on. What's up, Dragonfly? How are you? How's your day going? Welcome in. We're going to do another one of the Dichro candy canes. Just to start off, this came out actually pretty fantastic. I'm really happy with the color combo. Surprisingly, it came out better than I thought. I was expecting it to look cool, but not that cool. So we're gonna try a couple, that was the red and white. We're gonna try a couple combos with it, see if it looks any better. Just having fun, you know? What's up, Jenny? Took your glass, you take your first glass experience? That's freaking awesome. I'm so happy for you. What's up, Suzanne? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm very happy for you. That'll be a great time. All right, let's melt this in. Yeah, that's going to be come back and let us know how it was, too. Let us know how you enjoyed it. What's up, Dante? Tia, how are you? Yeah, we're on a little early, so we're going to do a double shift tonight. I'm going to be on for a little bit right now, and then I'm going to take a short break, have some dinner with the family, and then come back and rock and roll it. So this is just a little preview run, which is going to be fine. What's up, Jen? Grandma 5, how are you? All right, so we have some Dichro on here. This is that really sparkly crap. I probably shouldn't say crap. Stuff. All right, we're going to try this white on here, and I don't know about the secondary color yet. I was going to do red, but we already have red. So we're going to try a different color. But definitely needs the white. I think black might look good, too. I have no problem making black and white candy canes. I look they really good. Do I buy pigs from Santa Rosa? Why would I buy pigs? I have no idea. But thank you for asking, but nope. I don't buy any pigs. Oh, let's do green. Yeah, I think green would look cool. We'll try a green one. Yeah, green would be good. Jen, thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with this jellyfish. I'm definitely going to produce a couple more. I don't know how many more, though, because it is a little bit of a nerve wracker. And what I mean by that is, as I'm going through and making it, it does kind of get the nerves up a little, even for me. Let's turn this on a little. You know, and it's only at the final assembly where that happens. It's like, is it going to fail? You know? Darwin, what's up? How you doing? Good evening to everybody. Welcome in. Good to see you. Do I have the bees? I do have the bees. I posted it on Etsy that is waiting for final approval. I don't know why my Etsy account is making me go through approval on there, but they're having to approve an item before I can actually sell it. Stupid. What's up, Kevin's book? But we're going to do a different version of the bee tonight with a different wing. The same bee, I should say, different wing. All right, let's pull this candy cane down. All right, we're just going around. So I'm just doing that spiral right now. For the candy cane. It's kind of like my warm-up item for right now. Nothing overly complicated. Like my normal warm-up item when I'm getting going for the day, the first thing I make is like a hummingbird. Just because it's like one of the simplest things, and it just gets my fingers loose. All right, so we got the green and white for the candy cane with the Dichro sparkle. Let's get it into a bend. So some of these that I'm doing, these Dichro candy canes and various other things, we will be dropping into the mystery boxes. And occasionally I am going to be popping items into people's orders randomly. Some people may have already received some items, and I'm just going to occasionally drop it in. You'll get the item you ordered for sure, but sometimes I'm just doing the Christmas gift giving, you know? What would happen if I touched the flame? I'll give you one good guess what would happen. I think I have confidence that you could guess what's going to happen if you touch the flame. I have confidence you're smart enough to figure that out. There we go. What's up, Colleen? How are you? I like this Dichro candy cane crap. It's looking pretty fantastic. All right, let's burn this off. I hate it when I do that. I don't get the foot pedal fully depressed, and it kind of makes this little fart sound on my torch. I hate it's embarrassing, actually. All right, there we go. So we got a neat little green and white candy cane going on. Okay, we got that in there. First item out of the way. So I want to do the bee. I think what I want to do is make the wings out of this shimmer color. So I want the wings to kind of have a shimmer, not this ghosty white like this. This is a beautiful color. Nothing wrong with it. But I decided that maybe we'll try and do a shimmer and see if that looks any better. We'll see. All right, let's pull this off. I'm gonna make a little bit more of this shimmer here. We're gonna bunch it up and group it together real quick. Yeah, I'm thinking that the shiny wings might be kind of cool for the bee. Ever made a dragonfly? Yeah, I've done lots of dragonflies. I love making dragonflies. The only thing I don't like about dragonflies is sometimes they become homing pigeons. And what I mean by that is someone breaks their dragonfly and they find their way home to be repaired. So that's what I mean by a homing pigeon. Yep, got a little purple in here. All right, well, I guess the wing's gonna have a little purple to it. How hot is the flame? Roughly 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. We're right now just kind of blending this color. We're gonna make the wings for the bee out of this shimmery color. So I just have to group it up real quick and re-pull it into a usable rod. Take me about 30 more seconds to a minute. And then we're gonna drop it into a usable size rod, and then we'll start making the bee. Bee should take me about 7-8 minutes total time. Damn it, I put my drill way over here. Ugh. This is how you mix color. The flame is, no, it's not 2500. You don't know what you're talking about. There we go. Gonna mix it up. There we go. And now we got it. That's going to be a nice color for the wing. What's up, little flower? Is that, no, it's not hot at all. In fact, it's pretty cold. Yeah, he probably had a different torch. This one is very, very specific. It is a surface mix that is triple fired or triple mix. So it has a regular oxygen and propane mixture, and then a secondary oxygen valve which increases the flame temperature, and it also allows me a lot of adjustments on the flame. And then if I switch over to my chemolene valve, which is basically makes a substance called propylene, I can crank it up 500 degrees hotter. So if we add in the chemolene, the flame gets hella hot. But I don't like doing that too much. I'm too scared that I'm gonna melt my torch face. Yeah, you don't want to go too hot. You could definitely melt the torch face. All right, so we got this color on here. It looks beautiful. Oh, your vids are awesome. Thanks. Showing how to make the twisty ornament. Yeah, of course. You can usually get 2 out of 4 turns. If you have trouble making the turns, don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm always here to help. Honestly, I am definitely here to help. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. But yeah, ask Dragonfly or anybody else. You know, if you have a question on how to do something, I absolutely will answer how to make things happen. All right, so we're going to make the wing for the bee first. Kind of excited for this. We're going to see how it works. This is 31 years. Okay, there it is, very shimmery. Now it looks really dark right now, but when I flatten it out, it's going to go a lot more transparent. Am I blind? Yeah, I'm reading text by Braille right now. I'm glass blowing by Braille. Here we go. So we're going to flatten this out a little. First step is to make a flat, like a puck, I want to call it. And then we're going to use the leaf maker to give it the impressions. So first part, flatten, give it your initial shape, and then use a leaf press, only half of it, to give your wing impressions. So there you are. I was just answering a question on YouTube. All right, so there we are. Now it's all flat. My room is currently 52 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold. Then we're going to use this leaf press here. I only use half, so you only use half of it. And this is what's going to give the little ridges or lines on here. Give it a nice press. Grab it here, and we're going to give the wing a little bit of a pull. That's been a little bit of a problem lately. My punties have been popping off. I'm not happy about that part. Okay, so now we have the wing section, one wing done. You can see a little bit of the ridges in there. I'm pretty happy with this shimmer. I think it'll look good with the bee. I'm gonna park that in the kiln. We're gonna do one more. And then we will pop these together. And make the bee. But yeah, if you have basic questions on glass blowing, do not hesitate to ask. And if I don't get to your question, it's because I didn't get a chance to read the chat necessarily. But yeah, if you have questions, I'm happy to help. I'd rather help you get through something and like learn than have it fail all the time. You know, pay it forward a little. But when your question on how to do those twists, you get 2 to 4, okay, and the rest kind of goes wonky. We'll do a candy cane after this, and I'll show you exactly what to do. I'll show you how I do it. Doesn't mean that's the only way to make it, but I'll show you. We'll just go in and do it. What's up, Red Squeak? How do I make the jellyfish? They're kind of a pain in the rump. But the jellyfish are made, each one of those little tentacles are made individually. And then we take them and assemble them all together onto like a little disc. Then I got to make the top and then fuse the two parts together. That's the short story. The short version. Okay, we're going to grip this and pull it. I think I'm liking this color combo for it. And then later tonight, after, so this stream will be about an hour, and then I'm going to come back and stream again. Tonight I'm going to try some, I think, initials on ornaments. So I do like this shiny stuff. I think I'm going to try and do some initials on ornaments and see if I can make it look good. I'm not the best at writing on glass. I can make a physical, I can make a physical letter a lot better, but the drawing on it, not so much yet. All right, let's make the bee, and then we'll do a candy cane for the twist. Have you ever blown experimental vacuum? No, I would like to try vacuum tubes, to be honest. I think that'd be kind of cool. But I would have to definitely research and know what I'm doing before trying it. In fact, I just saw a kiln or oven that I use, but it was listed as a vacuum kiln or a vacuum oven. And I had never seen that. And the only instance where I heard that that is a viable object to work with or tool is for making dichroic glass. And I'm kind of curious about it because I looked it up. It was on Marketplace and they want $2,000 for it, which sounds like a lot, but I looked up how much that kiln is and it's $32,000 to purchase it. So kind of tempted. That would be, I don't know, but I need to find out its exact usage. And now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot to ask about it. I saw the kiln this morning, and I should have asked ChatGPT what why they are made. But I think it's for dichroic glass. Because I know in dichroic glass, when you go to make it, that shiny stuff, you have to put a sheet of glass in a kiln or oven, And then you superheat metals to a vapor, just like fuming. And then you have the kiln pull the air out of the kiln, like create a vacuum. And the vapors land onto the sheet of glass and coat it. And you do it 55 times and you end up with colors. What's up, Ali? How are you? That is a uranium jellyfish, correct. A little bit more here. I'll grab the trusty little black light in 1 second and show you. Right now we're making a bumblebee. The uranium jellyfish is not going to be cheap. It's probably going to be 300. They're probably going to be 3. That's kind of the price point I'm hitting at with it. Hi, Lucky Lex. How are you? Google says the kiln prevents bubbles. Oh, interesting. Is working with uranium dangerous? No. The only time uranium glass becomes a slight bit dangerous is if you are working it with frit, like you have uranium glass frit, and the particles in the air. You don't want to breathe that, obviously. That's where it could be dangerous. You have to be super careful. Look at that. All right, so now we got the glowing jellyfish. I am digging it. Yeah, definitely. For $300, it comes with a stand. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna cheap out on that. That'd be kind of rude. Yeah, you could spend $300 on jellyfish and then I need $12 for a stand. That'd be rude. I hate that stuff. All right, let's spiral up the yellow here. And in 3, 2, 1. So this is creating that little magical bumblebee body with the yellow. Like that. Called a little spin trail. Yeah, I'm trying. I'll tell you why what I'm looking for on these for the jellyfish that are uranium. I'm looking for a blacklight base that goes underneath it. I had one time. It was a blacklight base that went underneath it, and it was an LED blacklight from the bottom, which would make that look fantastic. Do I make dragons? Yep. I sure do. All right, so we spun that color on there. I need a minute to blend this in. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all hanging in there? Happy Saturday to you. I'm in a freaking good mood. So this is going to be a short stream of an hour, and then I'm going to go have dinner with the family, and then we're going to be streaming later tonight for quite a while, probably 3-4 hours. We're going to get a lot done tonight. So if you would like to watch the stream later tonight too, don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe. Follow on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. All right, I got to blend this in. It's giving me a problem right there. It's being a butt. Sunday? Well, happy Sunday to you then. Terry says he can make one. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Uranium, more like uranium. Yep, it is uranium. I like uranium glass. There's a couple reasons I like uranium. I like the color, first of all. But number 2, uranium is the reason I invented the glow-in-the-dark glass. Because back in 1996, uranium was really popular for a while in the glassblowing industry. But the only source of it was one person on eBay. And they were selling it for $600 a pound. But they were the only source that had uranium glass from Corning. And I got frustrated with that. And they would only sell you a pound at a time, 1 pound a month. They wouldn't even sell you everything you wanted. So I ended up calling the glass manufacturers, asking them if they could make uranium glass, and they all said no. Environmental reasons, obviously. And then I ended up asking if they could make a glow-in-the-dark glass. And pretty much everybody laughed at me, said, can't do it, it's impossible. So I ended up having to make it myself. And that's what I ended up doing. All right, let's put the antenna on here. So that's why I like uranium. It forced me to invent the glow-in-the-dark glass. I should have probably told people that story a long time ago. But yeah, there was one person I even remember the guy's name on eBay. I was so frustrated with him. He just wouldn't sell you a whole lot. And here we go. So we're parking the little antenna up there. I got to keep this handy. Boroglow is going to be fun. You should be receiving yours Wednesday, I think. You should have yours Wednesday, Dragonfly. And we're going to come out and add the little yellow here. And now we got to do googly eyes. Let's see, who is that? Rain, thank you so much for the thumbs up. All right, we got to add googly eyes. Big old googly eyes. Most of my stuff is very whimsical. So I'm not trying to make the most accurate Bumblebee on the planet. It has some definite artistic liberties, if you will. So you will find that I do a lot of stuff on here with big old giant googly eyes and whatnot. So I got to put a little... Forgot the Bumblebee nose. What's up, Kendra? Oh, crap. All right, so we got this part done right now. I need to make a hook for it before we go too far. I've got the wings done, but we have to put the hook on before the wings or it ends up causing a little bit of a problem. So we're going to make a fast hook. It'd take me just a minute. It's always a good thing to know, too, how to make this. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, I like making fun stuff, you know? All right, so first things first, we're just going to make a little bit of a ball, flatten it, and then we're going to take some black and outline it. It just makes the hook a little better. And Groves, you were asking about hooks, so pay attention. This is one of those things that we had talked about earlier about making an actual hook. So we're going to go a little slow. I'm helping Groves Glass Gallery out with this. So please be patient for a minute while I explain the process. All right, so we got a little flat disc like this. Now the main thing is don't flatten it as hard as you want. Like don't over flatten that. Got to keep it thick. Okay, and then we're gonna take, now you don't have to do this part, I just do it because it looks cool. It's a dying art, not if I have anything to say about it. I am doing my best to revitalize this. I always encourage people to get in and try this out and become a, whether it's a hobby or a job. No, I don't worry about the CO, the carbon dioxide, because I have two alarms in here that'll set off if I run into a problem. But most importantly, I have a lot of ventilation. I have a tremendous amount of ventilation. The only thing my ventilation doesn't get rid of is when my dog Fritz comes in here and farts. Okay? When Fritz farts, I can't get that smell out of here for like an hour. What's up, Jen, 1968? How are you? So yeah, I can't get rid of the dog fart. Everything else I can make disappear. All right, so we add a little punty there. Sorry, I thought I was going to do this real fast, but I wanted to explain this process because one of my moderators was asking about doing this the other day. Okay, so bring it out and stretch it. Okay. Stretch it to like a little long piece like this. Then heat it up. This is the most important part. Bring both arms up and form a U. Just like that. Don't try and force it any other way. Just make a little U. Pull straight up, not out, because if you pull out, you will undo your hook. And you should end up with a kind of like a shepherd's hook. And then take this and just heat it up. Blend it in like that. And then pinch it together. Like that. So now it is pinched together. Next step, we're going to grab a, oh, here it is. We're going to cold tap on here. So a cold tap is this gets really hot. This is semi-cold. And we're just going to tap it on there, out of the flame. Okay, it's not fused. How can you get material to start glassblowing? Send me a message. I'll send you to all the right vendors. I don't sell anything myself, but I can definitely point you in the right direction on where to get your supplies, equipment, all that. I'll make sure you don't get ripped off. Because there are one or two shady ass vendors out there. They're not all, they don't all have integrity. No, all right, so there's the little hook for the Bumblebee. Let's put that on, then we'll put the wings on. And let's go. And because we did a cold tap, I'm going to wiggle this rod right here and it's going to come right off like that. So without it being fused on there, it pops right off. Then we're just going to take the wings and fuse them on. This color is going to look a little darker while I'm at it. There we go. I ran into this the other day. The angle's off. So the most important part right here. Make sure both ends are blended. Okay, don't just slap it on there thinking it's going to stick. Actually, I have to take a minute and push it into the bee and then pull it back out a little slow. And it will create a fantastic bond. I'm going to bring this down just a touch. So there is wing number 1. Now it looks a lot darker than it will when it cools off. What's up, Jojo? What's up, Deb? Okay. Again, get both parts super hot. Make sure you're kind of lined up. Park that there. Make sure it's nice and fused in. I'm digging this. All right, I'm going to show you why I like this color. Again, it's very dark right now, but watch. See how it just lights up with the shimmer? That looks really, and it's going to be even prettier when it cools off. But it definitely has that nice shimmer to it. So it'll look like iridescent wings on there when it cools down. All right, we've got to put a little stinger on here. So I got to make this. I always forget to do black at the back here. Then I have to fix it. There we go. So I found a new album for the music. I'm hoping you guys are liking the calm, chill music. So far I'm digging it. I went through a little bit of this and did some searching, and I think I like it. What do they call this in ancient time? I don't know about super ancient times, but currently this is called lamp working. And the term lamp working derives from kerosene lamps. They were the heat source for doing this originally. But like when the Egyptians and stuff were doing glasswork, I don't know what they used for heat. Yeah, I have no idea about Egyptian or Roman times. I don't know. But yeah, there's the little bee. I think I like these wings a lot better. There's nothing wrong with that one either. I don't know. We'll have to do a side-by-side comparison. Thank you. Yeah, I try to create a cool vibe out here. All right. Answer a couple questions. So this is an original kerosene glass blowing torch. So this was originally a kerosene lamp that had the wick that came up and it just burned. But they modified this. This would be the pumping source like this. So you'd have to build up pressure and then adjust your valve with the flame coming out. And you constantly had to adjust pressure. Now I did see an alternate torch like that where they had a foot pedal that did it. So you just kept stomping on the foot and it built pressure that way. But I don't have one of those on hand. All right, so I promised someone I would talk about how to do the spiral twist for the cane. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make another quick candy cane. We're gonna source it, make it look good. Let's do black and white with the dichro. Let me grab a nice piece of dichro. So this is that shiny stuff I was talking about earlier. And that creates the little micro sparkles in there. So let's grab it. Yeah, Ali, I'll be back. I'm gonna be probably another few minutes making a couple things. And then after have dinner with the family, I will be back on for 3-4 hours tonight. We're gonna go a long time tonight. I have a lot of fun stuff planned out. The original was the petroleum. Yeah, it was kerosene was the original. Now, someone said that they used whale blubber. I'm not sure if an oil-based whale blubber. I'm not sure if that's possible. Now, I don't know if someone was just like making it up or not. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate all the subscriptions. Honestly, I really do appreciate subscriptions and likes. I don't take it for granted. I genuinely really appreciate everybody. As that piece goes flying off. Yeah, I genuinely appreciate it. I don't take it for granted. All right, so we're going to encase this. And there we go. We're going to bring it down. And melty, melty. And the answer to my friend Mike is yes. If you are still watching. Okay, we're going to come over here and we're going to do the other side. So this side has all the color to it. That right there, that little reflective side. It's beautiful. The problem is, if that hits the flame directly, it will burn off all that color. So I do what I call just like a glass drip on it. And I just let the glass drip onto that coated side of metal. And boom. And there you go. So now we have dichro all encased. So we're going to take the black, we're going to come through and we're going to add it in on one side. Then we'll do white on the other side. I don't have any problem with black and white candy canes. Like I said, I think they look good. Just call it black licorice flavor, right? It's not hot at all. In fact, look at that. See, I could grab my torch all day. Not hot. So there's the side with black on it. Then we're going to do the white. Then we're going to spin it up. And there I go, not breathing again. How long did it take to do one jellyfish? I don't remember how. I think I probably spent, I don't know, I'll have to go in and review the video, but I think I probably spent an hour and a half on the jellyfish, give or take. All right, so this is where it gets fun. So you can definitely see that reflective side in there. Okay, in order to do the spiral correctly, at least for me, there are many methods to doing it. But first thing you want to do is preheat the entire section, okay? Not molten hot, okay? You don't want it flopping around like a fish out of water. You just want to kind of get it warm. Now, this is the most important part. Do not put it all the way in the flame. Right on top of the flame, so you're skimming on the top surface, not all the way in. And you just start twisting. One hand rotates a little slower than the other. And then you're going to see me change directions here. As the glass starts melting too fast in one direction, I'm going to flip it the other way and let gravity do its thing this way. And then back again. And this is keeping my balance all perfect on here. Now this is just good. You're going to have to get a feel for it. I can't tell you how fast, how slow. Everybody's a little different, but just kind of get a feel for it. Bring it back out. When you get to the very end, pull it down on a nice little taper here. Now I'm going to remove this section here because that will end up cracking on me. Like that. And now we have a fantastic spiral all the way around. I like the black and white. Yeah, definitely jellyfish are so much fun. What's up, Cruising? How are ya? All right, so we're gonna give it a bend. Now again, for me, I do not like using too many tools. If I can avoid it, I like just letting nature and gravity do its own thing. So we'll bring it out here. Keep it hot, give it a little bit of a bend that way. Then once it gets to this point, I flip it this way. I know some people do it a different way, but I like having it fall down this direction. I seem to have more control if I get it that way. There. Nice and straight, perfectly nice little bend to it. And you just kind of let it do its thing. Now, if you don't like the little end right there, you can manipulate it a tiny bit. Don't grab it with the tweezers. Just heat it up and give a small push. If you want to curl it in a tiny bit. I like this. It'll hang on a tree perfectly. You can tie a ribbon to it and have it hang off the ribbon. Up to you. No, don't need a hook on it. I can tie a ribbon to it and it actually looks a lot better. The problem with the glass hook is anytime you introduce another item to it, another part, has a potential for breaking. So the least amount of pieces on there, the better. I always have durability in mind when I create something. And there. And now it's just saying, that's what I was saying, it hangs pretty balanced. But I'm always thinking durability. Katie Kate, thank you. Well, 31 years, it better look easy. If it didn't look so easy after all those years, I would probably have to quit. I'd give up. You're like, no. The torch is oxygen and propane, for sure. Gonna make a bolt? Nope. No can do. Okay, so I am gonna be back in roughly 1 hour. So it is 6 o'clock my time right now. I'm gonna go have dinner with my family because that's super important to me. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna stream for quite a while tonight. So hit the subscribe button, notifications, the follow button on TikTok. And I will see you all very soon. But yeah, family time is very important. So I'm gonna make sure that we get that in. But I'm definitely coming back 100%. We're gonna knock out some really cool stuff tonight. I'm excited. And then we might even do some uranium stuff. We'll figure it out. So hit the subscribe and I will join. Nope, can't do that. No, sorry. I will see you all in about an hour. So come join me in an hour, please. Yeah, thank you. It's taco salad night. I'm not missing taco salad night. All right, have a good night. I'll see you in a bit. All right, I'm going to sign off on YouTube. Thank you. Yep, I'll see you in a bit.